Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Wealth Around Us. It's pretty quiet for the middle of the city, doesn't it? Welcome to what I refer to as Bug Out Location 4. Good luck trying to find out where it is because most of the people in this whole freaking area wouldn't even know it was down here. What Bug Out Location 4 is I've got a lot of contingencies for if I've got to get out of my neighborhood or if I've got to get out of town or at least get to somewhere where there isn't looting or, endangerment. This is going to be one of those places. I have about 6 set up in the immediate area, some of them with supplies and food and stuff and whatnot, but the bug out vehicle, it's mainly set up to where I don't have to stop or worry about where I've buried caches or where I have some buried spam, and a gun or two. It's my lifeline. It can get me there, and it's got food and guns on board and everything I need to just bug the hell out of town to a place a lot like this. Now this is way different than my normal bug out locations, which are wooded areas concealed from the air, remote and hard to reach, hard to access. This is one of those places. As you can see, there's security chain all the way around it. Well, if I didn't have the bug out vehicle right there, I wouldn't be able to get to it, because it's got security chains and fences and all that, and you can see that one down there. There's really no other way in this place other than the way I know. Let's have a look at Bug Out Location 4. It's an unusual story. A while back in Georgia, there were, how to put this, a rash of Indian citizens coming to America and buying up businesses like these shopping centers and office parks. There was a huge explosion of them, and it really was a false boom. These people had outside money, and once it was spent and they made their money with the construction companies they were rubbing elbows with, bam, they took off when it became not profitable for them, and they just basically the story on this one is there's a guy from India that bought it and ended up owing Uncle Sam a lot of taxes, so he just went right back to India and forgot about it. He just abandoned it. So I was just on the phone actually with the group that's managing it right now. They don't own it, but they say no one's ever going to own it because it's just abandoned. The guy has no intention of coming back and paying like $1 million in taxes. And, unfortunately, the government can seize it, but it's in probate, and anybody who challenges that, can drag out a probate situation for years and years and years and years. So what we're dealing with is this is abandoned real estate. And should there ever be a natural disaster or anything like that, civil unrest, economic collapse and whatnot, I'm sorry, this belongs to me and my group. And if anybody don't like it, we can go ahead and fight over it, but I can guarantee you we're better armed and we will win. This being point in case. It's a 2-level building, all brick. This side of the building is a big pool center, and when I go walking up to it, I'm going to show it to you, but I have no idea what it actually was at one point. I think it was like a YMCA or something very similar to it, like a private health club or a fitness center. I know that was one of the natural food chains right there, and I'm actually friends with the people who own that chain. But Bug Out Location 4 is a very interesting complex. It's got enough room for a lot of people. Like I said, it's 2 levels. All the windows and everything are intact except for... I'll show you when I walk you past. I'm trying to keep the camera steady. But we're going to have a walk around the building and have a look at what makes an ideal bug out location. Now, I know it's got problems with it, but here's the deal. See that old security camera up there? We can get those working again, no problem. We can get them working real fast. This used to be an old pool area. That's got to be good for all kinds of stuff. If I had both doors open, I could actually fit the FJ in there. We could probably fit a camper in there if we really were working it, like a little casita or something like that. This wall right here, this is not bulletproof by any means, but then again, you can see that back wall is concrete. I'll get you up past the glare here, but that back wall is concrete. And so is there. All the outside walls are real thick concrete, so safe to say we're going to be pretty well safe from small arms fire. Don't want to reveal myself. That right there is going to be a problem. That means there's animals in the building. So yeah, that's going to be one thing we always have to consider. But this place, I mean, as you can see how overrun it is, it's been abandoned for a long time, and it's only going to stay like that. If you listen, and that was there. Oh, it was a Bally's Total Fitness. That's what it was. It was a Bally Total Fitness place. Well, I'll be damned. Here, let me show you what they've done here. On all these, they've put these pieces of angular steel, you know, or a piece of shelving or something like that. I mean, that's good and all, but I'll have that out of the way. If it come down to it, I would have it out of the way in minutes. I would take that shovel right there, or that axe, and I would smash this window, and that would be that. And after that, we find a piece of plywood or something we could use to repair it. And a lot of stuff around here, like the stuff behind that shopping center back there, there's a big dump of materials like doors and stuff they ripped out of this one building. They gutted, and nobody ever did anything with it. Well, that's our key right there to fortifying this position. I'm going to try to get out here in the parking lot some for you before we have a walk around to the back of the building. But you can see it's just a mammoth complex. There's enough room out here to house, oh, I'd say a good 50 to 80 people, with all these different shops and stuff and different positions we can take and fortify. There is a way up onto that roof, but this is what I love about Bug-Out Location 4. Let me get back over this way some. So you can see there's a ladder up there. Well, that means there's a roof hatch, and that second tier all along that roof is going to turn this into a hell of a fortified position. As you can see there's gates that prevent you from coming down here, steel ones that'll stop a truck. They're that way too. You can't even notice it from that road up there. That's a major road, but you don't even look down here to see it. We do have some kind of power in there, because if you can hear the faint beeping, that beep, 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 there's an alarm system or something going off in there, which tells me there's at least a bank of batteries or something powering it if the thing doesn't have power. Now, some alarm systems, they work on city power. They're just always on and they're not charged anything. They're just linked into the grid. And some of them use batteries. So I don't know what the story is on that, but I will if we ever have to use it. It's going to be one of the first things I'm going to find out. I'm going to find where the speaker's wires are going, and I'm going to go find where it gets the power supply from. Because if it's linked in directly to the grid, and say the grid's not down yet, that's going to be a big plus. But even if it's not, we've got solar generation. Me and Hank and our friends, you know, we've all got solar generators. So it's not going to be a big problem there. And as I said, this pretty thick concrete structure, I mean, and it's got ways into it, don't get me wrong. It's got ways into it. But for the most part, she's intact. A lot of bugs in there, which doesn't surprise me at all. You know, it was an old pool. We've got showering facilities in there if we could ever get the water up and running again. If nothing, create some little doohickeys of our own. We also have a surreptitious side entry deal going on here, which I enjoy. Because if it really does come down to it, someone discovers us, they want to fight us for what they got, well, we've got something for them too. Which is called sneak around the back and shoot your ass from the side of the building when you ain't looking. Which is, you know, it's unpredictable, and that's a good thing. We also have positions up here looking out to where we can, you know, defend the back of the building if necessary by busting one or two of them out. Well, I mean, my main thing about it is that it's big, it's sturdy, it's out of the way, and best of all, it's defensible. And this position can be defended. Wow, that is a big ol' ass spider there, so I'm going to go this way. is it? I don't know. I know what someone was thinking. Remember what I was saying about being defensible? Oh, holy shit. Oh, holy shit. Wow. That was a good thing I came back here. Look at what I discovered, people. I just took one sniff, and I'm like, I smell gas. Man, if I were to spark something right here, we would have a problem. This whole area, it just reeks of natural gas. Wow, that's a leaking natural gas pipeline. I'm glad I caught that before anything was said and done. Here's the rear. This was the south side facing access. We're already getting greenbrier and stuff up in here. See? Which makes it a bitch in the dark getting stuck on a piece of greenbrier, man. Oh, mosquito just bit me too. So there's mosquitoes back there. Wow, that can you believe that? Gas line? Holy crap. I'd have just called somebody and be like, yo, look. Okay, another one of those big damn spiders. And here is yet another surreptitious exit that we could just easily pop right out of. You know, and they will try to surround a building, but the lovely thing is brick don't burn. There's a little retention pond over there. And this seems to be the source of that power's coming from. Look at this thing's got weeds growing all up through it. Oh, that's funny. Weeds growing all up through the power box. So that I know from being, you know, something of an electrician that's going to be a nightmare. I'm going to get out this way to avoid the chiggers. I know there's chiggers down in that ugly little pond, but they did just mow, so it's probably all that crud is in the water. And we're still going, and this building is, like I said, it is absolutely mammoth complex. And another thing I like about it is just how low key it is. Unless you were really looking for it and thought maybe someone was in there. I mean, if you practice light discipline like we do, acorns. But if you practice light discipline like we do, and you know to keep our vehicles out of the way like we do, there's really not a lot of attention that's going to be shed on some place like this. It's just not likely. You'd think, oh, it's just, you know, from the look of it, it's just a bunch of old abandoned buildings. But in reality, it could be hiding several families safely. And I like it. It's just a good idea. I'm glad I saw the gas leak before it got out. That could have got ugly, man. Someone go out, step outside, have a smoke, boom. Next thing you know, bug out location 4 is flying through the air. I see there's a lot of wasps' nests on this old thing. There's a lot of see these things that are flipped up like that? I've seen bird nests up in them. I want to know kind of how they got that way to begin with. It must have been some hellacious wind cut through here. Or something. Something went on. But yeah, that's it. For the most part, we've got us several of these locations, but this one would probably be one of the best if we had a lot of people and a lot of mouths to feed and a lot of bad folks to deal with, because this, like I said, it's defensible, it's low key, it's sturdy, and it's kind of hard to burn down. It's all brick. So if they can't get you out of there with their guns or threats, they'll try to burn you out. That's almost a given. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you liked it. And everybody always remember, there's a wealth around you.